My doctor says I have to have a laxative. Not in my store, you don't. Have we started this?
Yes, we have. You'll have to take off the protector.
Meh. I don't know how. What are we doing?
Assume we're cooking something.
Let's cook a chicken.
Okay.
We're cooking a chicken. Oh, hi. I just realized you were there. We're just gonna roast a chicken.
Okay.
Have you ever roasted chicken?
I have never done anything to a chicken.
Cut. Hi. We're not going to cook a chicken anymore. 2 weeks ago, we made a frozen garlic. We roasted garlic.
We made frozen garlic.
And we froze it. You can go back and find that smell. Oh. And one of the uses I talked about at the time was a compound butter.
Compound butter?
Okay, maybe I didn't. Maybe I didn't talk about it at the time. I'm just looking for a little glass, and we're gonna just drop this in just like that.
Just like that. Just like that.
So we're gonna take two sticks of butter. All we're gonna do is take a couple sticks of butter, which I probably should have let come a little more to room temperature, but this will be fine. Oh, and it smells like it's cooking. Okay, a full minute, way more than enough. So for those of you playing at home, try 30 seconds to defrost one of these bags. And what we're gonna make here is a ridiculously garlicky butter. So we're just gonna do this, make it easy on ourselves. And we're just gonna pour the garlic in there with it. Look at the garlicky goodness. We need a little spoon or something. Let's get this down in here a little more. And we've heated that garlic up so much that it's kind of melting the butter. Not really a problem, it's just, you'd like it to be cool. And there you have it. You have a lovely compound butter. We need a little bit of saran wrap or clingy film.
I don't think we have saran wrap.
If they don't have saran wrap at your home,
stick a spoon down it?
we're going to go ahead and take this little container of yours.
Yes.
And I'm going to reserve a tablespoon or two of this, because we're going to use this later for our chicken. Makeup! You need a vessel for this.
Yeah.
You need to get a vessel for this.
I believe you.
Normally what we would do is we get a piece of cling film and we lay this butter on it and sort of roll it up, kind of like you do with cookie dough. Here's an example. You'd roll it up like that and then you'd freeze it. Once it's frozen, just cut little slices off. And when you're making hamburgers, at the end of the hamburger, after you've flipped it once, just drop a little disc of that butter on top of the hamburger. Oh. Hi there. Your face sounds disgusting.
Your face. This is, I don't know.
Water buffalo butter? Rhino. Although I can't imagine trying to milk a rhino.
You hit 3-0 start.
Hi.
Chicken?
Chicken! You made a compound butter. You're done with that.
Okay.
We did that because we're going to use it on the chicken. And you'll be able to use it for other stuff later. Like hamburgers. Or not, apparently. So I have a half sheet. That's what this size is called. 12 by 17 is called a half sheet. And I have a little rack to go in it. Because I don't want the chicken swimming in its own crapulence. Somewhere there is a lawyer waiting to see this video. Start a lawsuit about why I didn't say use safe handling. So I'm going to go to the same trouble my local grocery store goes to. This product was prepared from inspected and passed meat and or poultry. That's a little scary. Some food products may contain bacteria that could cause illness. If the product is mishandled or cooked improperly, for your protection, follow these safe handling instructions. Wash your hands, wash your hands, wash your hands, wash your hands, and wash everything that your hands have touched.
And everything that the chicken has touched?
Everything the chicken's touched. And everything that the chicken touched before you got to it, because if you eat a chicken, you've eaten every chicken that chicken ate. Something.
Just go ahead and spray down your entire house with Lysol.
Because we are going to make a bacterial nightmare right here, right now. Straight onto the counter, which is immaculate. We have a chicken. I didn't know chickens were born with paper sacks inside of them. And we can cook the whole chicken as is. I'm not a big fan. Because, and the thing about a whole chicken, for me anyway, is that I like the skin the best. I found if I treat it this way, I get more skin. Because I don't really care about the rest of the food. I'm mostly really just interested in the skin. And the only special tool you'll need, or a TOT these are called, tools of the trade, is a pair of garden shears. This pair of garden shears has never been used for anything else. As you well know, I have no garden. Yeah. But we're just going to go down one side of the backbone.
That's creepy.
There's really no reason to keep that in there. It does add flavor, but it's not very pretty, even cooked. So, let's see if we can just, oh my gosh. Wow. There, we've taken the back out of your chicken. Now, we can do this.
Oh God.
And there. And then we're going to do this. Listen, I'm going to hold the ribs, press in the center. Oops. And you get a little crack. And it'll go flat for you. And I'm going to tuck these wings under, because they'll kind of burn otherwise. I'm sure as far as safe handling goes, we've broken 88% of the rules. We are quarantined. I've only worked this area from the sink to here. So when we get done, we know, clean all this, hands, everything should be good. I'm going to pat the chicken dry, get the excess liquids off.
That was an animal once.
Yes, it was. It was a nice yard bird. There's nothing better than a nicely cooked yard bird. Back to the compound butter. I put this in the microwave for just a couple seconds to loosen it up. And now we're going to paint the chicken. And be generous about it. You've got all the garlic butter in the world, so put it on there. And we should probably be preheating an oven right now to 350 degrees.
That sounds ridiculous.
So my lovely assistant Vanna could get that started for me. That would be groovy. Under his armpits here. And because I used this brush on this chicken in this, the rest of this is just no
useless.
Good. You have to throw it away.
We just need to wash everything.
You just have to be very careful. Don't touch your eyes, don't touch your face, don't touch anything other than what you're doing. If you're pregnant or about to become pregnant, bad chicken will actually kill a fetus. So
really?
Be cool. Salt. We'll be right back after these messages from our dog. And we're back. I have some kosher salt here. You're going to want to aggressively salt this.
Aggressively? Aggressively.
And it seems like a lot of salt. It really does. But the reality is, if you think about this, the amount of salt I just put on, which is maybe a tablespoon or two, you're not seasoning the skin. You're seasoning 4 pounds of meat. So a tablespoon or two of salt. And all the flavor from your chicken is going to come from the skin, really. I mean, when you eat chicken, yeah, you get chicken flavor, but no other flavor. We're doing all this to try to get delicious flavor on the outside, so when you eat a little bit of chicken that has some skin on it. And wow. Hi, I didn't think the oven was going to fit a half sheet pan. And we're going to stick that in there for, I'm going to go about 65 minutes. Set a timer, 65 minutes for, we'll just about do this size of chicken. You'll pull it out, and if you get pink when you cut behind the drumstick, stick it back in for another 10 minutes. Do you have anything else we need to discuss about chicken? You can put anything on there. I mean, this roasting method is just a method. You can use olive oil, you can use, I had one time, I watched a movie with Harrison Ford and some blonde girl where they get stranded on an island. They get a bird to cook, and he has a little bottle of maraschino cherries, and he glazes this bird while they're cooking it over an open fire with the maraschino cherry juice, and I was like, that sounds delicious. And I tried it once, it's delicious. Any flavors you like, put on the outside of the chicken. And the worst thing that can happen is you take a piece off and you really hate it, you pull all the skin off, you've still got a chicken.
Still got chicken.
And that's what people end up with my house anyways, because I pull the entire skin off, and then here's your dinner. And I just eat the skin. Oh, for the other people, yes, I'm making it healthy for them.
Spray everything.
What would you like to do now? Random dancing.
Yeah.
Our delicious garlicky chicken is out of the oven. Perfectly cooked. This was 70 minutes, a minute and 10, or an hour and 10 at 350, and this was a 3.9 pound chicken. So about 4 pounds took that long. Because we laid it out. If you'd have just left it whole, it would have cooked probably in the same amount of time. But this part here would have all been sitting at the bottom, and it would be wet. It'd be wet from the grease, wet from the water as it evaporates. But now the entire chicken has one nice piece of crispy, crunchy, delicious skin. And I've been picking at it while you don't cook like my daughter. Is it good?
Don't cook like my father. Yes, it is.
And is there any flavor in the meat itself? Are you tasting a little garlic? Or is it just because it's on your fingers?
Yeah.
And that's why you oversalt this, is because you're also seasoning all that meat under it, really. I mean, you're not really, because it's never going to touch it. But when you start taking bites, you get a little skin with your meat, and it's all... This is a really good cook. Really good cooked? Really well cooked. Don't cook like my daughter. Don't cook like me.